important of this seminar is, Chinnappa Reddy sir was saying, that you have to know the how to spot the talent. And in fact, Sai Baba was the manager for the rest of India team, and many of the players, under his coaching, they went on to play for India. So that was the concept, how to spot the talent and try to groom them, and especially the principals of the schools and all. The schools are the main place where I always talk in TV sometimes that a sports person can become a chief minister, but educationist cannot become a chief minister or a sports person, citizen.
It is not just for merely sports, but for overall development. Part of the curriculum should be about games and sports. All right. I'll just quote one small shairi, or which we say. It was a long time back, 70, 80 years back, or maybe 100 years back, which was a reality, or which elder used to say. पढ़ेंगे लिखेंगे तो बनेंगे नवाब, खेलेंगे कूदेंगे तो होंगे खराब. But that concept was just for the children to really get them study or be with the books. But then those days are gone. If we see now, many sports persons, they are also a good educational persons. I have one example from our Hyderabad itself. IAS officer, senior officer, Mr. Rafat. He's good football player. Many more, as he said, good cricketer.
For 36 years in this profession. I was a player, I was a captain, I was a manager, I was a coach, I was a accompanying team member, Indian University Team Selection Committee member, and afterwards I became, after my retirement as professor of university, I became the advisor to government of Andhra Pradesh. I was fortunate to serve the government for 3 years. When I was the first person to train the trainers, the Sri Krishnadevara University where I worked in Anantapur, which is nearby to Bangalore, was the first university to start the trainers training in physical education in the whole of Andhra Pradesh. There was no course of this nature in Hyderabad. This was the first course to start master degree students in physical education, followed by MPhil program and PhD program in physical education. I used to observe many of the things. There is a proverb in sports, love and marry, or marry and love. If the love is not there between these two people, there will not be a charm in the married life at all between wife. Either you marry before or at least start after marriage. This profession, unfortunately, many people come just like that who have not played even a single game for the University of State. I was the convener for the physical education common entrance examination for more than 10 years in the state. More than 5,000 people used to come for physical education courses, while we have only 600 seats in the whole state. The competition was so high because very easy to get job, and they have an impression the moment you take the job.
I for the last 22 years, and have been using his facility also for playing. And well, let me say we grew up, or we become old, going together. And the trials and tribulations which he has faced in bringing up that academy, I also understand. And it was a marshy land, and you know, it was mentioned to you that a lot of it's a very sensitive area, and in fact the park which is there adjacent to the Sporting Foundation was not there. It was a marshy slum area, and a lot of activities used to take place. And in that scenario and in that environment, he has built up such a wonderful complex. And as he was mentioning, and as mentioning as well as lamenting that he made a mistake of leaving the government job, the bank job. It's a very tough decision which he has taken, and taken sports promotion as a career, and I can tell that in 20-25 years of what he has done a yeoman's service. And he continues to do, though he may be saying that I may close it any day, but I'm sure that passion, the vigor, and the something drives, not money, not any other thing, but something drives him to promote sports. Now, as I think the earlier speakers have mentioned that there are a lot of difficulties in sports.
To give you a different perspective on this, well, whenever I hear people talking about sports, they always talk about medals, they talk about, winning, all that stuff. Primarily, sports should not teach that. We are looking at, when we talk about, sports, we are looking at the holistic development of an individual. That's what we are aiming at. Well, if you are going to propose this, it is the USP of your coaching camps or your academies. Well, I doubt whether any parent would admit his or her child. Because when you say that, there is a likelihood of my child, getting a medal there's an enormous risk involved. But if you tell them it is going to develop holistically, both, scholastically improving the individual, plus emotionally developing him, socially developing him, then there's a possibility that the individual will try to put his child into a school. Well, I allow my children to play, not to win tournaments, please. I have 3 daughters. They were playing tennis, very good tennis. But I was a hockey player myself. I used to represent my universities. I had never played to represent a university to get a seat or to get a certificate. I'm telling you this very frankly. I played it for pure fun, for passion. Well, I attribute several things because of that. Well, some time back I did go for cricket selections. I was not selected. I got fed up with that and I switched over to hockey. Well, now that sport gave me a lot of abilities. I was continuing to play sports. I did a BTech, I did 2 MTechs, I did a PhD, I did an MBA. All through, I wanted to be in college primarily to play sports. My objective was to be in college, was to play sports. So education was secondary. Well, my parents never forced me to do this or that. Even now, I never force my children to do this. They are playing good tennis, but my first 2 daughters, they opted for medicine, they switched over. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you start an academy and say, put a checklist or a goal sheet there, the next for 4 years, 3 persons from my academy will be representing Olympics, half a dozen will be representing nationals. Well, people will not be encouraged to do that. I'm certain about that. So the objective of this has to be something like this. So when you talk to a parent, you talk to him on the following areas. You tell him that sport, play, or any recreational thing is essential for a well-being of the child, the holistic development of a child.
The sports is a competition activity. Everybody want to play sports, but in the sports, there is no protection in the sports. If you play sports, there is no guarantee that you will become a champion. You may get good job. Only few people will get a good job. That is why the parents, those who are involved in the children, they are not happy that there is no security for any sportsman in our country.
ప్రాధాన్యతపై స్పోర్ట్స్ కోచింగ్ ఫౌండేషన్ ఆధ్వర్యంలో సెమినార్ నిర్వహించారు. నగరంలోని పలు పాఠశాలలకు చెందిన డైరెక్టర్లు, ఉపాధ్యాయులు దీనిలో పాల్గొన్నారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా ప్రతి స్కూల్లో క్రీడలకు ఖచ్చితంగా సమయం కేటాయించాలన్న ప్రతిపాదనను అందరూ ప్రోత్సహించాలని కోరారు. కేవలం ప్రభుత్వ పాఠశాలలోనే కాకుండా ప్రైవేట్ స్కూల్స్ లో కూడా స్పోర్ట్స్ పీరియడ్ ను నిర్వహించేందుకు ఆయా యాజమాన్యాలు చిత్తశుద్దితో కృషి చేయాలని అందరూ అభిప్రాయపడ్డారు. తద్వారా దేశంలో క్రీడలకు ప్రాధాన్యత పెరగడంతో పాటు భవిష్యత్తులో భారత్ కు ఒలింపిక్స్ పతకాలు పెరిగే అవకాశం ఉందని మాజీ రంజీ క్రికెటర్ సాయిబాబా వ్యాఖ్యానించారు.
ఎంతో మంది టాలెంటెడ్ ఉన్నారు, ఎంతో ఇది ఉంది. దాంట్లో మనం ఇటువంటి సెమినార్స్ ఎంతో మంది ప్రొఫెసర్స్ వాళ్ళు వచ్చారు. చిన్నపరెడ్డి గారు అండ్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫీసర్స్ పిఎన్ కస్టమ్స్ అండ్ సెంట్రల్ ఎక్సైజ్ నుంచి, దెన్ ఐఐటి ప్రొఫెసర్స్ వచ్చారు, రాజారాం గారు. వీళ్ళంతా వాళ్ళ ఒపీనియన్ చెప్పి ఈ స్కూల్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ కూడా చాలా మంది వచ్చారు ఓల్డ్ సిటీ నుంచి. దీంట్లో ట్రైబల్ ఏరియా నుంచి ఫైనాన్షియల్లీ స్ట్రాంగ్ కూడా గడుపు మదర్ ఫాదర్ కూలీలో ఉంది. ఎంత షీఈ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది గ్రేటెస్ట్ మోడల్ ఉంది. అందుకని మోర్ గర్ల్స్ షుడ్ కమ్ టు ది స్పోర్ట్స్ అండ్ స్కూల్స్ అన్ని ఇప్పుడు మ్యాండేటరీ చేస్తామంటున్నారు. అది గవర్నమెంట్ కూడా ఒకసారి మ్యాండేటరీ అయిందంటే ఈ స్పోర్ట్స్ సబ్జెక్ట్ స్కూల్ లెవెల్లో వస్తాయి. దెన్ ఆటోమేటిక్ స్పోర్ట్స్ చిల్డ్రన్ విల్ కమ్ టు స్పోర్ట్స్ అండ్ దే విల్ మనకు కూడా మోర్ మెడల్స్ అవసరం.
I also represented universities for South India universities in Vijay Trophy in Calcutta in 1987. Unfortunately, at some point in time, I had to decide between a career in engineering and be successful. And somebody there, I just heard somebody there talking about Anil Kumble being an engineer and Venkatraghvan being an engineer and Prasanna being an engineer and still be able to play top class India cricket. Unfortunately, I did not take the step. I did not have the ability to take the risk at that point in time. They took the risk, and they prospered. They became greats in the game, as well as I'm sure they did well. At least I know Venkatragavan did well with TVS. I went on to choose a career in engineering. I finished that. I worked in several companies outside of India. Then I came back, and I now want to start a school. And the prompting of starting this school actually happened when I purchased my house. And it's a very fascinating conversation that I had with my builder. And we were talking about how big the flat is and how big the square footage is going to be and all of that. And I was the only person who was asking him how big is going to be the playground for my kids, and where will they play and what will they have. And all he said was, oh, we are going to have a play area for the kids. And coming back, having stayed abroad and coming back, and when people say you have a play area for kids, I have an imagination of what is a play area for kids. And then when it actually got constructed, I looked there, and if you have 10 kids standing there, it's a crowd. That's how much the space was. And on top of this, the kids go to schools where there are no playgrounds. So where do we expect the kids to actually play? They can't play at home. The apartment people say that, oh, you can't let the kids play football in the apartment because they're going to break a glass pane. You buy lakhs and lakhs of rupees and buy an apartment, and one glass pane is going to stop you, and it's our own kids, right? But we don't allow kids to play. And this was what prompted me to say, I want to start a school, and I want to start a school which will allow kids to be themselves. And the motto of the school is, if it is not interesting, then it is not important. If we can't make things interesting for the kids, then it is not important in our school.